Welcome back to Space Castle Saturdays here in Space Castle, where a grown-ass man in his jammies, that's me, DT, goes about recreating that cozy feeling of my childhood of getting up early on the weekends to play a video game I'm excited about. And right now, there is nothing more exciting than the Nintendo Switch 2, which just came out earlier this week on June 6th, or the night of June 5th if you're nasty. I've been playing it since Thursday night. Thursday morning. I'm super excited, and I wanted to jump into the Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour, which has caused a bit of controversy, and I want to see what it's all about. I want to see if everybody's fears and anger is founded, or if we're just kind of getting uppity and because we're all really excited. I don't know. But grab your coffee, grab a donut, grab a Pop-Tart, make some eggs, and let's hang out. Let's take a look at this. Also, just so you guys know, a lot of people have been reporting issues with streaming and capturing the Switch 2. I've had a couple of issues on my own just trying to set this up. If anything happens, I think I know how to fix it, and I'm not going to edit or cut. We'll just keep rolling, just so everybody can get the full experience if you're a streamer or a YouTuber like me. But yeah, this is an interesting title. It's $10 to buy, which pissed a lot of people off because they felt it should have been a pack-in. And I've heard there's issues with it, so let's just jump into it and we'll talk about it as we go. Welcome to the Nintendo 2 Switch Welcome Tour. Select an appearance. Which one looks the most like me? Do a dreadlocks and a bucket hat? Probably not. Does this go on forever? Okay, I guess we'll go with that. That's fair. White dude with dark hair. Yes, we'll go with it. Entry will begin soon. Please proceed to the gate. It's just like Beer Festival. I'm not walking, by the way. It's doing it by itself. Welcome, welcome. Come in. From what I gather, this kind of looks like, or it did look like the lobbies for the Switch 2 hands-on events that a lot of people got to go to that I didn't get to go to because nobody knows I exist yet. Hello and welcome. What do you think of the venue? Is the biggest Nintendo 2 Switch 2 It's early, folks. Bear with me. It's 6 o'clock in the morning right now. Go ahead and walk all over it. There are all sorts of things to do around here. You can gain some insight into what makes Nintendo Switch 2 tick. Take some quizzes about the system, experience tech demos that show off the system's features, and of course, play games, mini games. What was that last thing? Oh, pay the $10. Oh, the stamp rally. Stamps are hidden all over the place, so happy hunting. Okay. By the way, if you want to move around more quickly, press and hold the B button to run. The exhibition is really big, so it might save you some time. I don't know how big this game is, this tour is. I typically play these games for about an hour, so we'll get to that mark and we'll see what happens. I imagine we'll probably finish it. But yeah, if you're on the fence about buying this or you don't want to buy it but you're still curious about it, check out this video, share it with a friend, and experience it with me so you don't have to go and spend the $10 if you don't want to. Okay, so we hold down B to run. Joy-Con Center information. Okay. The Nintendo Switch 2 insights have got to be hiding around here somewhere. Maybe I'll take a look over that way. Is there like a jump? No, that's just our... Okay, so we're on the left Joy-Con. Well, would you look at that? You can tilt our left and right to get a better view of the front. Yeah, that's what we just did. Use the right stick to zoom in and out. The C button. Up. Were you startled by that stamp popping up? Don't worry, it's harmless. Have fun with the stamp rally. Hunting down the hidden stamps is sure to be a blast. Okay. Am I going to get one for each of these? Oh, okay. So we're literally just locating things. The capture button, that of course takes photos. I had my first go on one of those mouse controller games today. Believe you me, I was sliding around like nobody's business. So I have a Pro controller because I'm a glutton. But I also have the Joy-Cons and I have the sliders for the much hyped mouse mode for the Joy-Cons. So let me bust those out real quick because I have a feeling we're going to need them anyway. Hopefully there's no technical issues with me pulling and reconnecting the Joy-Cons and going back and forth between the controller. If there is, we'll figure it out as we go. But thanks once again for starting off your Saturday with me. Hope that you have a great Saturday, and I hope your weekend goes awesome. And I hope that you go back to work or school. No, school's out now, isn't it? Well, maybe there's summer school or college classes. You go back to school feeling refreshed and ready for the week. And if I can be some small part of that, awesome. Let's keep going. Let's talk to this lady. Did you know you can press and hold? Yeah, that's the second person who told us to hold B and run. Okay. Do you want to play this mini game? Go ahead and talk to the staff member. Let's talk to the staff member. Hey there, ready to show off your mouse skills? Mouse controls allow you to move your character and move quickly and accurately with the control sticks. In this mini game, there are a lot of spike balls falling from the sky. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. You'll need to use your mouse skills to dodge them gracefully and weave tactfully around them. It can be pretty tricky, so stay focused. What do you think? Do you want to play the dodge spike balls? Okay, let me put down the Pro Controller. Let me drop my Joy-Con grip. Let's yank these out. Let's go ahead and attach these. I'm doing this for the first time, so yeah, I figured it was gonna do that. That's fine. Okay, so these go. So there are indicators on, I don't know if you guys can see, there are indicators on the slider that tell you how to line it up and put it on. So that's cool. So this is going to set us up as player 2, I think, which is just fine. Okay, those go on pretty quick and easily. Let's go ahead, do this. Okay, let's try it out. Dodge the spike balls, survival mode. Okay. So I am trying to use this on a Wacom tablet. The surface of my Wacom tablet, that might be a little bit too smooth and mirrored. So bear with me, folks. Like I said, we're doing this on the fly. So let me move this down here. Let me see if just the surface of my desk works better. And it does. And I apologize if you guys can hear it sliding on the desk. I'll do my best to talk over it as much as I can. Okay, so we got R. Okay. R is your click, which is your shoulder button. So let's see how we do. That's very smooth and very intuitive. I gotta say, it feels just like using a mouse. There's no lag, there's no delay. It feels really good. Very, very precise. I don't see myself using this on the regular unless a game absolutely calls for it. Nintendo, if you wanted to bring back some old point-and-click adventure games from Sierra or something, I'd be more than happy to play those. I still don't see myself playing like Metroid Prime 4 or anything. Okay, we're dead. That's fine. All right, we got 30 seconds. I'm happy with that. Let's move on. Yeah, I don't see myself playing like Metroid Prime 4 with this mouse mode. Do I need like a tray table while I'm sitting on the couch? It's a weird thing. You dodged those spike balls with ease. Shut up, baby, I know it. Yeah, I don't like holding the mouse and having to press the A button. That doesn't feel good. Looks like part 2 is available. Okay, so I'm gonna need to... Collecting medals, huh? Oh, hey, you got your first medal. I got 2 medals, fool. I've already got 5. Yep, I'm pretty good at this stuff. All right, whatever, bro. Okay, let's... Okay, so now I've switched back to the Pro Controller to move around. I'm guessing I can just do that with the Joy-Con, though. Someone's been busy. You already got 2 of the medals you need. All unlocked, dodge the spike balls, too. Catch the stars. Okay. While dodging, but part 2 additional... Try it out. Okay. A lot of switching back and forth. We're going to try it out. So I'm a Pro Controller person. I played almost everything on my first Switch with the Pro Controller. I also used an 8-bit-do Super Nintendo controller for some, like the classic Super Nintendo games in the online, Nintendo Switch Online, which is pretty fun and pretty awesome. But I don't like the feel of the Joy-Cons. I don't like the feel of the Joy-Cons in the grip. And especially in Mario Kart World, holding down the gas button on the tiny little A button for gas on the Joy-Con just killed my thumb for the first few hours until my Pro Controller came in. So I'm all Pro Controller. Okay, anyway. Click. Dodge the spike balls and collect the stars. Ooh, that got hairy quick. All right, we only got one medal. I'm satisfied with that. I'm not going to try again. Thank you. We can move on. Okay. Yeah. You got a fair few stars there. You got some slick mouse skills. There it is, part 3. Okay. No. We're just going to use the Joy-Cons for a second, not go back to the Pro Controller. I don't want to switch back and forth all the time. Sorry. I can't unlock this mini game until you've collected. Let's come back to it, maybe. I don't. All right, let's see if we can get the 31 stars. I got thoughts on this whole Switch thing. We'll get to them eventually. The Switch 2. I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's not been a perfect launch. 3, 4, 5. I was adjusting my wrist because it doesn't feel comfortable to hold this. Okay, we'll try it one more time. Okay, I guess the 31. Can I get some stars, please? Jesus. Okay, we ended up getting the 40. Cool. Awesome. Nope, we're good. Give me that medal. Well done, you picked up a bunch of blah, blah, blah. Yep. Sorry, it can't. Oh, medals. I thought it meant stars. Jesus. Okay. Sorry to make you guys go through that. This minigame will showcase some of what the HD Rumble 2 features can do. You're likely aware that HD Rumble 2 can produce very strong vibrations. It's actually pretty impressive. It's not quite on par with like the, what is it called? The DualSense for the PlayStation 5. That is probably my favorite controller I've ever held, and the intuitiveness and the features on that are amazing. The rumble, the triggers, everything just feels immaculate on the PlayStation 5 controller. This is not bad at all. This feels pretty good. It's not as intense, it's not as intricate, but like you drive around like Mario Kart World and like you're like driving along like elephants and stuff, and you can feel the elephant stomping in the controller. It's pretty cool. This minigame will allow you to experience these strong vibrations firsthand. Move the mouse from side to side, and the vibrations will change in strength. Try to find where the vibration is the strongest. Yes, let's do it. Somebody lost their sunglasses down there. Is this a mouse thing again? Okay. Find where the rumble is strongest. All right, 55 points. Oh, am I supposed to like... Got it. So it's pulsing. And what's kind of funny is on top of feeling it, you can also hear all on my desk surface. I don't know if you can hear it. I can, where the pulse is the biggest. Okay, we won. We got the thing. Do we get both medals? Yes. I don't want a part 2. Okay. This is going to be the most watched episode of Space Castle Saturdays so far, but it's also going to be the one that people click off of the fastest. Yeah, I don't care, kid. Eat me. As much as it pains me to say so, I can't let you play this minigame until you get... Why? Bro. So you can rotate the camera. That's pretty cool. Stole it. I stole it. Should you find the last items as you make your way through the welcome tour, please be a helper. Bring them to the information center. Thanks for doing your part. That's locked. What's this? If you got time, okay, so this isn't exactly a game per se, but give it a try. In this demo, you get to shake the Joy-Con 2 controllers as if they were a pair of maracas. Physics-based calculations are used to make the beads in the maracas behave like real beads, and the beads shake around side to side, and the Joy-Con controllers rumble to simulate that effect, okay? Move the beads around the inside of the maracas and see for yourself what HD Rumble 2 is capable of. I need more coffee for this. Yeah, let's try it out. Controls require shaking the Joy-Con. Shake the beads. Okay. Change appearance. Oh, okay. Let's go rubber ball. That does feel pretty awesome. Oh, okay, hang on. I just noticed this messed up. Like I said, people have been reporting a lot of issues with trying to capture this or try to stream it. So give this a second. Okay, so it switched from, I don't know how far back. I'm going to go back to the beads. It feels like tiny little things in the Joy-Con. It does feel like BBs. Oh man, this sucks. Damn you, Switch 2. Hang on. Come on, work. It's just dead. It's just totally dead now. It is. Awesome. Okay. Sucks. I'm gonna unplug it and plug it back in. Sorry, guys, but like I said, this is a typical thing that's been happening for a lot of people. So let's give this a moment. And yeah, like I said, I hope everybody's having a good Saturday so far. Oh man, this is just not happy with me at all. There we go. We got the blue light again. Hopefully this kicks back on. Let's see. Unplug this. I'm gonna plug it back in. Okay. Hang on, I have ideas. The launch of the Switch 2, I'm just going to talk about this while... Hold on. Talk about this while we're doing this, trying to get this to work. Switch 2 launch was not amazing. I think that, man, we're not going to get this back. That sucks. Hang on. I'm not even picking up the sound on this anymore with my OBS. Um, Man, this is actually kind of cool too. The demonstration with the Joy-Con Rumble. I wish you guys could see it. Okay, let me try something else. Let me unplug everything at this point. Here's the thing. Nintendo likes to do everything on their own time, and they're very particular, and they're very old school. And I'm just going to come out and say that I think the launch of the Switch 2 was rushed because the leaks really pissed them off and took away their own personal timeline. And I think they cranked out the direct. I think they cranked out the release date. I think that they didn't like. Oh man, OBS just crashed outright too. Fuck. Okay, well, so after a lot of testing and trying to get things to work again and trying different consoles, I think the Switch 2 either crashed my Elgato HD 60X or it crashed on its own. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. As I was saying, we're just going to finish this out like this without any gameplay. I apologize. This may not even go up on YouTube. I may just post it on the Discord. Nintendo 2, Jesus. Coffee. The Nintendo Switch 2 launch has been anything but clean. I think all the leaks that happened forced Nintendo's hand, and they didn't get to do the normal pomp and circumstance and an awesome big bombastic reveal of a console like they always do. I think they had to throw that direct together. The direct, obviously the now infamous direct where they didn't even talk about the price. The price was announced later. The one thing they had ready was the console itself, obviously. There's some bugs to work out. Hopefully we get some firmware and some updates and whatnot. And I saw a story where like one guy actually had the factory OS or the BIOS still loaded onto his retail Switch when he got it home, which is hilarious. I think this probably would have been and probably could have been and should have been, if I'm being entirely honest, a Christmas release instead of June. But like I said, I think the leaks really pissed Nintendo off. I think it forced their hand in trying to, get ahead of the curve with all the stuff that was happening. And they released it, and I love it. I played 2 straight days of Mario Kart World, and I'm having a blast with it. Really wanted to show you guys this this welcome tour thing. I'm gonna just fumble through that on my own, I guess, and I apologize for that. If you click off the video at this point, I don't blame you, but I'm just gonna talk about the fact that I think that a lot of this stuff is not finished yet. I love Mario Kart World, don't get me wrong, but aspects of it don't feel complete. We had a stable of available characters from the start, and like half of them have unlockable costumes, like alternate costumes. And the way you unlock them is not entirely satisfying at all. Like you pick up the food bags on the track and like eat them, and then it changes your costume. There's no alternate wheels and tires to choose from with your cart. So I literally got to a point where I just spent like most of my time with the character I wanted to play as and the cart that best fit my driving style and had no reason to customize anything. The open world is neat. I spent several hours just goofing off with my sister who lives in Arizona. She managed to get a pre-order too, and we went halvesies on it, so we got our Switch. And just roaming around and goofing off was a blast, but like that doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of reason or purpose to do some of the side missions with the P blocks, the P switches and whatnot. You get stickers, but I still haven't figured out how to implement the stickers properly or what their purpose is. It's Mario Kart. Like you don't need like achievements or anything like that. But if you're gonna do an open world game and you're gonna have myriad things for the player to do, have those things mean something. You know what I mean? Like give us some sort of content for going through the trouble of doing those challenges and those missions and whatnot. It's a fun game. It feels amazing. The controls are super tight. The graphics are wonderful. I would have played that, but I feel like everybody and their mother and brother are playing that on YouTube if they can get their streaming device to capture it properly. I'm really going to have to look at this because that's troublesome. I think this capture device might have crashed. But yeah, it feels like we're going to get some patches and some additional content for Mario Kart World probably pretty soon. I don't think the game is unfinished. I think they just were probably aiming originally for a Christmas release, and they had to put it out 6 months early, and it's not 100% complete. It's not broken. It's not glitchy. It hasn't crashed. It's Nintendo. It's AAA. It's wonderful, but there's not a whole lot to do once you've finished all of the circuits and all the rally tours like I already have. And I've unlocked most of the characters aside from the side costumes, and I'm just not super enthused with having to play courses over and over again or play in free roam just to grab food bags to eat them. I want to unlock things, not just collect them. But it's great and it's fun, and I wish there was more than just the one game, the one original game from Nintendo out for it. This is no Breath of the Wild. Let me just say that. Like, I love Mario Kart. I've always loved Mario Kart since the very first iteration on Super Nintendo. But this is not the crazy, awesome, reinvention of the series like Breath of the Wild was. And man, that I still go back and play that game. That's one of the best launch titles of all time. I think once Mario Kart World gets more content, it's going to be great. For me, I don't love it as much as I loved 8 Deluxe, which I know is crazy, but 8 Deluxe had just some amazing track designs, and it was just infinitely replayable, and you can play individual tracks if you wanted to, which is really cool, if I remember correctly. But Mario Kart World, like I said, I spent Thursday and Friday playing it, and I feel like I've already done everything there is to do mostly. But I'll play with friends, and that'll be fun. That'll be a new experience. And that's one of those games where you're not going to hammer through it and constantly play it for 100 hours like you would Breath of the Wild or something like that. It's something that I'm going to pick up and play on the go, or just whatever I feel like playing, 4 races or something, or jumping on with friends and goofing off and trying to do tricks off stuff and whatnot. There's a Tony Hawk element to the game that I think could be really cool at some point. The grinding and the wall riding and whatnot, and there's even some encouragement with side missions to do Tony Hawk type stuff, like gapping ramps and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. Overall, I think the Switch 2 launch has been fine. I do think it was rushed by probably about 6 months at least, because people couldn't keep their mouths shut, and people were also using 3D printed copies to sell their products, their accessories, well before the Switch was announced. So I think things are going to get better. I think this is a rocky start, honestly. I'm happy I got one. I know people who really want one who weren't able to get one and are still looking, and I feel for them. But I also know a couple of people who are like, we're going to wait and see. Like, we're going to wait until it becomes a must-own console instead of adopting early. I'm always an early adopter. I'm a glutton. I'm a sucker for Nintendo, so I wanted it as soon as possible. Got it the day of. But yeah, sorry this video didn't work out. Hopefully this information in this kind of fireside chat, so to speak, has been beneficial for everybody. I really wanted to go through this welcome tour thing because it has been such a controversial thing from the start. Just from what I played, just from what you saw, this should have just been a pack-in. This really should have just been a pack-in. But I've also read that you have to buy accessories, like the Pro Controller, which I have. But you have to buy the camera and stuff in order to do more of the challenges we saw and get all the medals and 100% this. Obviously, I don't think there's any end goal or reward for 100%ing this game. That's not how Nintendo operates. But the fact that you have to go out and spend $100 on a Pro Controller and however much money on a camera too, just to be able to play the mini games, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know. That's weird to me. Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with me on this Space Castle Saturday, where a grown-ass man and his jammies, that's me, DT, goes about recreating that cozy game of having my capture card crash on me randomly while working with a system that just came out that doesn't have all the bugs fully cranked out of it just yet. I hope you got something out of this video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. I always enjoy hanging out with you. Hit up our Discord. There's a link in the comments. Come and hang out and talk about your experiences with the Switch 2 so far. Like and leave a comment, please. You can subscribe if you want to. I don't think it really helps the algorithm, but engagement really helps. So check out the other videos on this channel. Check out the main Space Castle channel at Space Castle Show on YouTube. That is the thing you should search for, where I do all kinds of essay videos on movies and TV shows and video games and sometimes comic books and things like that too. I'm just on YouTube having a blast doing this stuff. So thanks for hanging out. I hope you'll come back and hang out some more. I'm going to hope that this expensive capture device is not completely dead. I think it might be. Thank you, Nintendo. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will catch you all in the next video. Cheers.